Sweet. Yo, yo, yo. How we doing? What's up, Bez? What's up, Miami Slayer? How are you guys doing? Also, by the way, I don't know what's going on X, but there's this one account that I think not that I got a ton of what's it called? A ton of pings, but the lab account got a ton of pings, and apparently people are asking about this lab.fun thing. Um, and it's like a crypto wallet. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know what this is. I don't really know how crypto stuff works, but if you're on X and you see anything that has our logo or tries to have something related to our name, just be very careful because the only two accounts that the lab has are at the lab and then at the lab live. Everything else is not run by us. And then obviously, Alex, can you please alarm before placing scalp trade what you were about to enter? Not as easy to replicate as you were doing this super quick. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, just be wary, please, on X. If you guys ever see anybody trying to use our logo or our name, um, just know that it's not us. We are completely verified. You'll see we don't ha just have the blue check mark. We actually have the lab mark. So just please be careful. I don't know why this desk is moving so much. Any aim trades you've took? Oh, boys, I actually had a wonderful morning. I made 3.1K on my fundeds. I had a great morning. I'm 1 day away from another payout from TPT. And then 2 days away, hopefully, if everything goes well, from a payout with Lucid. So yeah, had a beautiful morning. Let me walk you guys through that actually. But yeah, I've just been sorry, I got like a little on edge because we had this account pretty much use our name and logo or half of our logo pretty much, and I got a little worried because I was like, oh, people are gonna see this and associate it with us. But yeah, so just be careful. Um, where was the morning trade? Oh, it was right here. You guys know how I'm gonna break this down, right? You guys know. Sweep at the previous hourly low. Head over to a 5 minute chart. This was actually a pretty quick scalp, but yeah. Head over to a 5 minute chart. Um, Candle that pierced the previous hourly low gets closed above. This confirms your OB. As soon as this got closed above, I pretty much just looked to enter on the closure on a 30 second. And then I played a retest of it. there. And then you guys know me, obviously. One of my favorite things to do is, do you guys, I mean, for those of you guys that have been here for quite some time, like, what's what's the entry signature that I look for? Like, step by step, not step by step, but what's the first thing that I look for when I mark my premium and my discount? Like, if you guys, I'm just curious to see if you guys know. I'm not trying to act. Oh, just give us a second. They're adjusting the screen there. I'm not trying to act like like I'm famous or anything. First low and a discount. Yes. Really good. Yeah. Super and discount and OB entry. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So first low and a discount. You guys are 100% correct. So, I pretty much marked my high, my low. The first low and a discount was right here, actually. This 931 candle here. And then what do? I look for the candle that pierced it, and as soon as you get a closure above that candle, that becomes your order block. So we got, I pretty much market entered there on this 947 candle, got a pretty high entry, and then I looked to close out on I think it was the 5 minute. Yeah, as soon as we swept the previous 5 minute candle high, I looked to close out. So yeah, those were the trades. Those were pretty much the trades. Looked a little bit something like this. I'd have to pull the trade of a report, but you guys get the idea. Wait, no, no, no. I'm lying. Jesus. Not all the way up there. There we go. That's pretty much what that looked like. It was around 100 points on one mini, which I was able to do uh like 2.3K on my Lucid and then 1.1K on my TPT. So I think it was like 3.3K total. But yeah. Yeah, guys. That should be that should be something that I mean that if there's one thing that I would recommend the most is just the first low. First low at a discount. And it's applicable on all time frames, right? The only difference is like you're obviously pairing your time frames. So the reason why I was looking for longs was because we had swept the previous hourly low and we were expanding towards the upside. We had taken an external low, right? And so at minimum target my draw was the 125, which I don't think we ultimately hit, but that's okay because I ended up closing my positions anyways. Um, but yeah, we got oh yeah, did we? Did we actually hit that? Oh, we're about to hit it right now. We hit it at 1 p.m. So yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, just looking for a couple scalps here now. I'm just looking for a couple scalps. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I will be taking these scalps on evals. I will not be taking them on fundeds because I pretty much secured what I wanted for the day on funded. So if I do end up taking a trade here, it'll likely be on evals. I might be too strong on all compliments, overdosed on confidence. So what I'm looking for here is pretty much a similar scenario, right? Like we've taken out a low, we've taken out a high. Let me take a look at ES actually. Taking out a low, taking out a high, same exact situation. In an ideal scenario, I look for the same exact thing, right? Like first low at a discount. So head over to 1 minute chart, get a little bit more of a zoom in. 895. So either 895 or 841 would be an area of interest for me for some sort of reaccumulation. Oh my God. There we go. But yeah, how about you guys? How did you guys do in the morning? How did everybody do? Can you guys see me just fine? Hear me just fine? Am I low? I was getting a couple comments the other day that my mic was pretty low, so Man, it's actually cold in this room, man, in this office. I have like a office at home. It's kind of big, it's spacious. I got a lot of room in here, but I have my room and then obviously the office. But man, it is cold in here, boys. I'm not a cold person, man. Hopefully, that's interesting. Hmm. I gotta get rid of some of the files on this SD drive. Somebody said turn my overhead on. I look dark. Do I really look that dark? Yeah, I look dark. Okay, one sec. Let me turn it on. I just didn't think I needed it because of the freaking one sec. I still look pretty dark, right? Okay. How's that? Oh yeah. I look like a different person. Do we like this better? Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, boys. Yeah. That was me. So yeah, right now, not seeing anything too amazing. Oh, man. This I actually tilted a bit on GC before New York and lost $1,800 looking for the drop and then trading back from drawdown and now up $1,000. Hell yeah. I I've been so bearish gold lately and I wasn't able to capitalize it. I've like wasn't able to capitalize off of it at all, which is so sad. But yeah, I'm looking for this. I'm looking just for 28,000s, 892s, just to see what is up. People in here. I really just need to favorite. There we go. And you can see here on gold, we pretty much rejected from the first high in a premium. First high in a premium, extend that out, get a swing, look for an OB. You have a daily swing, an hourly order block for 7,000. Yeah, that's why I was so incredibly bearish on gold because I was like, first of all, we uh we came all the way up back in premium, rejected from that daily imbalance, and it was the first high in a premium as well. Nah, but listen, Slim, it happens to the best of us, to be honest. It happens to the best of us. Boom, 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 boom. I did get a new mic, but I ordered the wrong one. There's a new one that came out, and I think I might just change it. And also, I do need a cable for this one, but this was supposed to be the new mic. Um, it actually would look kind of cool. Yeah, this thing is like 10 pounds or like 5 kilos. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I might be exaggerating. It's heavy though. But yeah, boys, got some exciting stuff coming in for next week, actually. Working on a couple new segments. I think you guys are gonna be entertained and you guys are gonna like it. How come you're trading gold prior to New York? What's going on, man? Gold metals are dangerous, man. Metals are incredibly dangerous. I don't play with metals anymore like that. Not like that. You can't even really market order metals because you just get completely screwed on that fill, to be honest with you. You get completely screwed on the fill. Good screen zoom in though. Perfect. You got the time on here and the that's perfect. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Now you guys can see the axis. What's up, Sports Connect? How are you? But yeah, yeah. Be careful with metals, guys. Like trading metals is no joke. It's not like wild day. Yeah. I'm waiting for a retrace back into the 29,000s. How was my day? It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. Well, from apart from some other stuff. I gotta get some things fixed on the car, unfortunately. Unexpected. Yeah, I just wouldn't have gone so far into drawdown. 1800 is way too much. Yeah, yeah. I actually made an adjustment to my journal today. If you guys want to see that, I'll show you in a little bit, but it looks like NQ is giving us a nice little retrace there. Crazy pop on that candle. 42.1 minute candle. Crazy, crazy pop there. Curious to see if they just continuously bring this down. Would be nice. It might be nice. Divergence there with ES starting to get into a 15-minute internal. The thing is, if they want to continue this in an uptrend, and this is something that I do, is if I see that there's a very, very strong uptrend and not a likely chance that we'll revisit a discount of the higher time frame range, then I can grab premium and discount of a premium, which sounds a little crazy to say, I know, but whoops. You can grab premium and discount of premium, and you'll likely get a reaction out of there, like 0.25 of the range. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. By the way, I'm 4 followers away from 200 on Instagram. If you guys want to see some more content and stuff, go ahead and drop a follow. And if you guys want to use, or actually, let me get you guys. Toot, toot. What do we have here? What do we have here? I need to actually. There we go. Okay. In trending markets, we likely get reaction from that. We have 1 hour BIST in that 0.252. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, in trending markets, you for sure. That's why I always say in the most perfect scenario, we get a retrace back into the discount of the higher time frame range. But the truth of the matter is like sometimes you do see breakouts, right? Like where price is consolidating for some time, it ends up picking a direction, or you have a divergence at these lows. Like the asset that you're trading doesn't take this low. However, the correlated asset does take that low, and so you end up moving from a consolidation to an expansion. And the thing is that because this is an efficiently traded price range, and because there were both types of orders offered at on both ends, um, on both ends, yeah, that's good. At least I reported on everything that I had. Because this moves higher, and it's already efficiently traded on both ends, both sides are offered. It doesn't really need to see a retrace fully back down into a discount of the range, right? It could, but it doesn't need to. Especially if you're trading the stronger asset, then in that particular case, you're looking at a retrace just back into a discount of the premium market, which we do kind of have here. So we have a solid reaction. We have a discount price point there. You got to retrace, and you have a divergence with yes. So in this particular case, as soon as you get a closure above this candle's high, that confirms your order block. And so you could potentially either just long the tap on that and look for that high, which I wouldn't actually mind doing, but I do want to kind of see a deeper retrace, at least into the 033s. But let's uh let's do this for old time's sake. So I'll go ahead and place my limit order there. 0.45, I'm filled at 0.45.75. And then we'll see if we can get a nice little break here, or if this just wants to, let me actually confirm. Okay. Previous 15, previous. Yeah. Yeah, we should be good. If we get stopped out on this one, that's okay. I'm taking small size on evals. Again, I've already taken 2 wins for today, and I don't really want to give back anything major on my funded, so I'm taking this on evals, and I'm going in for some small size. So in the case that I do get stopped out, I don't really lose anything major. Uh, in green, red, or flat today. I am green on my fundeds. Alix. I'm green on my fundeds, thankfully. I had 5 eligible funded accounts, but only got four. Four got moved to live on Tradify, and one got 3 payouts. Something similar. I took 3 payouts, max on each. On Tradify, anyone go through something similar? There might be somebody that can relate to this story. If you head over to Arian, are you in the Prop from Compare Discord already? Because I actually I think we get a lot of questions about people like being moved to live. And so if you're in there, like pop up in the chat or the questions chat, and I think we could somebody might be able to answer that. Quick question, brother. Would you take this on unfunded if you're flat so far? I I would, I would, but I would probably go in for small size. I would probably go in for either a third or yeah, a third of my original size. Because these are kind of like my options, right? Like this is kind of how I view things. And I posted this the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I might get stuffed out here. Um, where is it? Where the hell are the stars? Ugh. Yeah, this is not looking good on my end, boys. Not looking good. Might get stuffed out here at the 0, 0, 6s. Unfortunate. Unfortunate if we do. Where is the star? I'm looking for the stars. If not, I might actually just draw it out, man. Hand draw it. Okay, whatever. Um, Let me just leave this open so I can see. The way I classify it is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my rating, right? If I have a trade that's 1 star, it's obviously because it was an impulsive trade. If I have a trade that's 2 stars, it's because it was either uh actually let me kind of explain this in a better sense. 1 through 5 is the quality that I give my trades, right? Like either my trade was a 5 out of 5, a 4 out of 5, a 3 out of 5, a 2 out of 5, and or a 1 out of 5. Um, I grade these before and after, obviously. You can't actually always know what it'll be. But the way you're supposed to grade your trades is not based on the outcome, but based on the execution itself and the fact that you prioritize your rule following. So the fact of the matter is that I always need to see at least 3 check marks for my entry, and that is the first high or low at a premium or a discount, a 5, 15, or hourly swing in the direction of my draw on liquidity, and a closure above the candle that pierced the high or the low. Those are pretty much my 3 entry criteria. Like everything else, I would say is kind of discretionary, especially my higher time frame analysis. So, um, I grade these typically 1 through 5, beforehand. So if my trade is looking like it's a 5 out of 5, I'll do full risk, normal size. If it's a 4 out of 5, I'll do what's it called? I'll do 80% of my original risk. So if my original risk is a mini, then I'm going to look to do 8 micros. If it's a 3 out of 5, I'm doing half risk. And then if it's a 2 out of 5, then it's because I know I'm psychologically making a mistake on that trade. And then I might look to, or if I know that I'm feeling impulsive and rushed, then then I'll do a third or a quarter of my original size. Obviously, you won't know in the heat of the moment whether you're actually taking a 2 out of 5 trade. But the fact is that like there are some cues that you come to realize of yourself with when time comes by and when time passes that, you start to realize like, hey, um, I might not, I should not potentially be taking this trade, but either way, if I'm going to and I feel like I really need to or whatever, etc., then it's better for you to take a quarter of your risk you know, than to do full risk. And in a shockingly surprise of events, we are back to the entry, which is insane. So we'll see. Hopefully we don't reject off this 0.46 level, which is my entry. Which price tends to do that, like it's got a certain flavor to it. But yeah, that's how I would do it. You guys should just create like a really simple rating system. I'm not saying go out and like absolutely just make the most complex thing in order to grade your trades. But I am saying, um, what's it called? But I am saying, at least have an idea in mind what kind of quality trade you're taking and then adjust your risk for that. Because some might not always be 5 out of 5, right? We always want to take 5 out of 5s, but some might be 4 out of 5 setups, but our conviction is kind of still strong, you know? There are the ones that feel incredibly obvious, and then there are the ones that um, just it's it's like missing one slight factor that might not be um, not saying a checklist factor, but just like one thing that might not be giving you the extra boost of confidence. So what do? You just size down, you know? Yeah, it doesn't hurt. But yeah, would I take this unfunded? I would, but again, I would probably be a third size of my original risk here. Especially on a green day. On a green day, if I've taken one winning trade or two winning trades, I'm always sizing, a third or a fourth on that third trade because A, if I end up losing it, like, brother, like you're keeping majority of the money that you made that day. Anyways, we are back now above our opening price in a shocking turn of events. I will look to go break even above the 81s if we manage to get there. I will look to go break even above the 81s if we manage to get there. I do like the fact that we still have the divergence in play. I do like the fact that we did get a closure above the 1 minute candle here. Um, what's it called? 15-minute internal, previous hourly low as well. So I like it. Hopefully we get a nice push here. I don't really want to see this reject here at the 62s, but we'll see. Beggars can't be choosers. So yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Do you want me to send you this? If you guys want to know what my journal looks like, I'll show you. Or at least my new journal. Why is it not? Where the hell is it? Morning journal. Use template. This is pretty much what my journal looks like. You guys are gonna be a little shocked, actually. Um, what kind of conditions is the market seeing on the hourly chart? So if we're either there's 5 types of conditions for me. There's a sideways consolidation, um, an uptrend, a strong uptrend, weak uptrend, consolidation, uh, weak downtrend, strong downtrend. Those are the 5 types. So if I see that on an hourly chart, well, the hourly chart is kind of like my bellwether. I take a look at the hourly chart. I start on the daily, but then I head over to the hourly, and then I ask myself this question because obviously the daily chart is very crucial and important for identifying the draw on liquidity, but the hourly chart will give me a better understanding of the narrative and how exactly we're moving. Um, so yeah, I noticed today that we were if you look at the hourly chart today, or let me head over to ES just so I don't have to remove some of the drawings there. If you head over to ES, what kind of conditions are we in? We are in a weak downtrend. This is what I consider to be a weak downtrend. So, simply defined, a weak downtrend means that it's distributing from the highs, pretty much. The thing is, it's doing it slowly. A strong downtrend would look something like this. Where's the, trying to find an example. A strong downtrend would look something like this, where the delivery is clear, it's cut, it's quick, it's concise. A weak downtrend is a downtrend that pretty much requires a I might get stopped here. A strong retrace to secure some highs and then distribute from those highs. Now, the reason why I define this in the morning every time is so I have that understanding in my head. So I have that what's it called? So I have that expectation in my head. I can't be upset at myself. For example, and what do I mean by that is if I look at the hourly chart and I understand that we are in a weak downtrend, I'm going to be looking to potentially cut my winners a little bit quicker or look to trail a little bit more aggressively if I am going for longs. If I'm going for shorts, then the expectation is that the way price will transverse, or if that's even the correct word, or deliver may be a little bit slower than usual. So the reason why I start on the hourly chart is, oh, boys, I got stopped out there, unfortunately. Um, so the reason why I always start on the hourly chart is so I can set a mental expectation for myself. Because truth of the matter is, where do you guys think majority of your tilting days and majority of uh your emotional involvement in the market comes from? Where do you guys think that comes from? And I'm gonna speak on my behalf because I'm doubting if I still want to pay for TradeZilla. I like it. Um, but yeah, where do you guys think it kind of like stems from? I'll tell you where mine stems from, or my higher than usual level of emotional involvement stems from setting an expectation in the morning that I need to catch a winner. And that might resonate with some of you. And if it does, feel free to speak out. Um, so yeah. So the question and this is kind of where you go back and you review, right? Where you ask yourself, why, if you had a tilt day, for example, if you had a tilting day and you took a loss or whatever it was, or you feel mentally exhausted, you go back and you say, why did I do this? Like, why did I decide to take the extra trades? Well, one of the reasons could be greed, right? And I think that's um, kind of the most popular one is greed, right? We all want to make more money, right? Where does that greed stem from? That greed tends to stem from the idea that the market could potentially owe you something, right? When in the reality is that it doesn't. So when you come into the markets and you set an expectation for yourself of how things are supposed to go, and they don't go the way that you want them to or intended to, the market doesn't go the way that you intended it to go, then you get a little bit more disappointed versus if you had actually set a realistic expectation for what was likely to happen for that day. So that's kind of why I always start with that hourly question. I'm setting the expectation for myself of, okay, we might not deliver quick, or we might not have a clean delivery to the upside, and I may need to cut my opportunities a bit short because of the fact that I'm going against the trend here. Do I still favor longs? I do because of the daily chart, but the hourly is telling me that we're still in a bit of a downtrend. So up until we break this hourly downtrend and continue with the daily flow, then my expectations are that these long pops are to be short-lived. So um, if you know that you set expectations for yourself and sometimes you can be highly demotivated, not demotivated, but highly disappointed in an outcome of the market, then my my suggestion to you is to ask yourself questions prior to the market to make you more conscious about the things that you might run into issues with. That's also why I don't know if you guys saw the list, but that's also why um, what kind of conditions is the market seeing on the hourly chart? Be specific. What would you be looking for ideally? Is price in a discount of any of the timeframes, discount or premium? Sorry. Is there a swing formed? And then how many trades will you take today? And I always tell myself I'm only taking 2 to 3 trades, 3 trades maximum. Two losses, I call it. three trades is the maximum permitted. So yeah, apart from obviously if I do find myself scalping the 15 second like I am today, then I'm okay with taking a couple more, but the reality of it is that I do like to cut it off hard at two losses. So yeah, often when I know where the market is going or I think I know already and the market is not ready to move and I don't want to miss the move. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Or like you think you know where the market is going and you're very, you have a very strong conviction or um conviction is fine, but it's also important to have expectations, like realistic expectations. In a market like this, we can't just expect price to completely rally beyond highs. Like and this is why I sized down. This is why I took the trade on an eval, right? Because it's like, first of all, I'm hoping for a continuation of a discounted price point and an hourly imbalance to the upside. But if I look at this hourly chart, it may not always be that perfect. However, I do feel I have a strong conviction, and I do like the fact that we formed a model up here at a discounted of the premium. So what I will likely do is either I'll switch to a eval or I will just size down completely to the point where if I do take a loss, it's like minuscule compared to my win. Now, if we get back down here to the 896s, this might be a different story depending on what kind of reaction we have down here at a discount or the higher time frame range. At this point, I could be looking to do half of my original risk or, full size if it gives us the model perfectly. Yeah. Excuse me. Do you have any free videos where we can learn this stuff? Uh, actually, yeah, I should. I should actually. I should have some videos up here. That's if you see Alex T Lies in chat, that is my actual channel. So if you go over to my channel, you should be able to see some videos. I have a couple of backtesting videos, uh, the 6 a.m. OB model, which is pretty much the model that I used for the 15 second, just on a 4 hour and 15-minute basis. So what I did was I pretty much condensed it, right? I used the same logic I do for my 15-minute model OBs, and then I dropped it down to a 15-second chart. But yeah, I also have a video on dealing ranges, swing formations, stop loss placements, all that cool stuff. Watch one of the previous. Yeah, that too. We have so many streams up, boys. Honestly, how do you guys think? Hmm. How do you guys think? I think, what would be actually kind of beneficial is that if we change some of the previous titles, like if we took a winning or a losing trade, like we should include it in the title. It'll be like uh New York session with this person, winning trade, losing trade for the old streams. That way, if you guys are ever curious to watching us take either a win or a loss, then you guys can go back and watch those as well. Or another interesting thing that we could do is keep track of the wins and the losses. Kind of make like a billboard or not a billboard, Jesus, a table. This is one this one is one of the streams I saved in a lot of sauce in it. Can you drop the link? I think it should let you. Or are you talking about this current one? I don't. Price is super sluggish here. I did watch the last stream. Yeah, it's very good stuff. Oh, I did. I think it's not showing up in the chat. Yeah, it could be. What date was it? I'll put it in chat. The date and the session. I'll put it in chat for 1200 1200 hertz. Yeah, it won't be on for long, guys. It looks like a very, very slow PM session here, not actually getting a lot of movement. Just know that I am still bearish gold. Yeah. Would it also be interesting to you guys? Could I did watch the last stream. Yes, very good stuff. Oh, the Friday one? I streamed yesterday though. But the Friday one, yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Friday was good. We took three consecutive winning trades on Friday. Would it also be beneficial for you guys to have like maybe kind of like a dashboard of how we're doing? It's like we've taken this many trades this month, the entire team. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's an anomaly, man. Oh, well, not an anomaly, I would say, but um more of an anomaly in the sense that I pretty much had zero drawdown for all those three trades. Like the quality of those trades were actually super insane, and the reactions that we were getting were insane. Hey Claude, please make me a dashboard instantly. ASAP. Make no mistakes. May 7th, around 1 hour and 20 minutes full stat. May 7th, New York, Karn? This was New York, right? May 7th. But yeah, what'll be fun is, oh, and be sure to drop a like and subscribe and share and let everybody know that we're live. But what's actually gonna be fun is that we're gonna have some more interactive stuff. We're gonna have quizzes up. We're gonna be asking you guys questions. People that get the answers right get stuff. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna be informing you guys more on the prop firm news and deals and just making sure everybody's fully aware of what's going on. Prop firm sizing, prop firm accounts, best accounts to choose from, or recommended accounts. Um, what we're currently using to trade, uh, all the good stuff. Yeah, New York PM, May 7th, New York PM. I think I found it. 120. Is it this one? Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess it was, yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of sauce in that one actually, now that you mention it. Cool. May 7th. Let me put it in chat actually. So this should be the May 7th one. Give me $1 billion company, make no mistakes. I'm a Forex trader. I don't understand futures or how to trade. How to trade it. I don't get the micros, minis confusing to me. Also afraid to put on wrong amount. Bro, NQ moving. You have a Discord question? Mark? No, I don't. We don't have Discord now anymore. It's not active. Well, it's closed. Like we don't charge anybody for it anymore or anything like that. It just is. It's just there. Um, yeah. We're getting down here. I think I wouldn't mind giving another shot at some logs down here. We'll see if we get this discount tap. Or actually, sorry, sweep of either that or that. That would be. Do I trade similar to Kane? Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that I use like, for example, he came up with the logical liquidity target, which is the first high or low at a discount price point, LLT, and I use that pretty much in my model. His entries are really early, mine are a little bit later on, and yeah. But apart from that, yeah, I would say I trade swings. He trades swings as well, but he gets those really, really early entries. You guys make a lot of money, right? Question mark. I make enough to put food on my plate. Kane's the monster though. He's on another level. But yeah, I've gotten a good amount of payouts. Gotten a good amount of payouts. I'm definitely not like where I want to be, like in terms of because I guess like in trading success, like you measure it that way. But I do want to hit like at least a crazy. I want to hit a crazy, crazy number on a payout. That's my goal. I've taken a good amount of payouts, but I want to make a singular crazy withdrawal. But I honestly just think that's purely ego. It's purely egotistical. Like it's just for like my satisfaction, so I can feel so my self-worth is higher. How many accounts are you trading now? I think only just like 4 or 5. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, like two TPT, two Lucid, one Tradeify. I don't have a lot of accounts. Guys, I don't really trade a lot of accounts. What I do is that I take my payouts, I move them to a live account. And then like, um, whenever I feel like I have a really, really good A plus setup, I take it on my live. And then I just go from there. So realistically, like A plus, I take on live and fund it, obviously. And then whenever I feel like it's not a 5 out of 5, then I just take it on my fundeds. But yeah, that's pretty much majority of the stuff that I do. I move all my money from my payouts into a live account. Obviously, like save a little bit here, but like for example, like you take little payouts like 2K, 1K here, 2K here, which I think is completely like if you guys can take the money always. If you paid $150 for an eval and you traded it, and let's say, you're like above the buffer, you can take a payout and you're like, oh, but it's only $600. I'd say take it. I say always take it. Take your money. You get those $600, $700, whatever it is. You've already paid back for your eval, right? You got a couple extra bucks left over. You can buy 3 more accounts and then you group trade your e your evals with your funded account. Because obviously now that you have a funded account or that singular account, you're going to treat it with respect, right? That's the idea. You treat it with a little bit more respect than you do your evals. So that you just connect it to your evals and then you trade your evals like a funded, but you're actually also trading a funded. What was the change that you made your trading style that made you profitable? What was the turning point? I don't think there was a singular turning point. I think I just got tired of doing really stupid shit. I know that sounds incredibly blunt, but like, yeah, bro. Yeah. I think that that's really it. I still have red months. Like, I still have red weeks. Like, I think it's completely normal as long as I end the year green or I end the quarter green. That's the way I measure. That's why I no longer measure in months as much anymore. Obviously, like I view how my month is doing, but I pretty much just look at like my payouts, my costs on a quarterly basis. Because that gives me a little bit more breathing room, and that way I don't force myself to take things that I shouldn't be taking. Yeah. Yeah, but there was nothing in particular. I think it was just like I just got tired of doing so much stupid shit. I was like, like how could I do this again? You know? Like how could I do that? I can't. So then eventually you come up with like ideas. Okay, it's like okay, obviously like brute force or like willpower is not doing it for me. If you're doing something over and over and over again and willpower is not doing it for you, then that means that there needs to be an external factor that can help you with this issue, whether that be the way you write in your journal, which is why you guys saw the question that I had. Um, where is it? How many the where the hell is it? The what kind of conditions is the market seeing on the hourly chart? That is purely a question that not that I built. Obviously, it's a common question, whatever, you can see it in another journal. But that all of the questions that I have in my morning journal are literally catered and specifically built so I can be more conscious about the decisions that I make so I don't make the silly fucking mistakes that I used to. And so now it's not the fact that I don't make them, it's just the fact that either when I do make them, they don't impact me as much because I've sized less, or um I'm aware of it and again, like I'm just able to reduce damage because you're human, right? And then as you reduce damage, like let's say this, everybody, and this is gonna sound like I'm restarting here, but bear with me, and I am ranting, okay? I feel like we hear a lot of okay, just stop over trading, like stop doing this. Like this is you just need to stop it, right? But it's not that easy, and we all know that it's not that easy because if it were that easy, then everyone would be doing it, right? Can you collect on your thoughts? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, Auntie? Um, so the idea is that in your head you have an associated, or at least for me, and this is obviously like I'm speaking for myself because this is what I experienced, so I'm just kind of sharing my story with you guys. But for me, it was I'm a person that always needs to be moving. Like I need to be in constant motion. I need to be doing something, right? Which is why the 15-second chart really resonates with me. But I'm a person that constantly needs to be moving. I need to be doing something. I need to be feeling productive. And the issue is that I had associated not trading with lack of productivity because it was like I'm looking at these charts and I'm not making any money. Therefore, I'm not being productive. The issue was is that I hadn't associated not taking a trade with being productive. And that's because I had no positive memories. I had no positive memories at all associated with not taking a trade. But the thing is, you won't see any positive memories until you actually do it. And when you start to feel and when you start to notice that you don't take as many trades, yet you're making more money, then at that point in time, you have a positive association with waiting. And then in turn, then you start to realize waiting is maybe the most productive thing I could do at this particular time, right? And so, um, getting there is very difficult because it's easy to speak the words, but it's hard to put it into an actionable thing that you can do every single day. So my suggestion to you guys that experience through this or still going through it or have issues like psychologically, or you think that you overtrade or you're taking trades that you shouldn't be taking, is don't try to remove it completely because you're not going to succeed. You can't remove a habit by just making the decision that it'll disappear. Because if you haven't been able to remove a habit, it's because you failed and you lack the willpower to do so. But the thing is, you can build a little exercise that's a low-hanging fruit that you can do every single day to help you or adjust, increase that willpower. So, yeah, that's kind of my recommendation, and that's kind of what helped me. So I had a couple of exercises and a couple of things that I would do that made me a little bit more conscious. And one of those is respectfully and truthfully, um, spending time in the markets, growing as a person, growing as a human, and then also just putting questions in my journal that made me more self-aware about what I should be doing right. Which is why in my journal I ask myself, how many trades are you going to take today? Right? Because my rule is a hard stop at three. So my answer should always be three. And that is the answer that I always put. And so if I'm already thinking about the maximum amount of trades that I'm going to take today, and I put that in my journal every single day, I'm kind of like reinforcing that thought. Will I follow it perfectly? Maybe not. Will I follow it better than I did a month ago? Yes. Right? So you need to implement small little gradual things before you start trading that can make you more conscious, set realistic expectations, and allow you to make wiser decisions. Thanks, Brokey Trader. I appreciate it. I find myself sometimes missing profitable setups and taking losing setups that overall puts me in the red and eventually blows my account. Whereas if I had taken all setups, I would have probably passed. Um, I find myself sometimes missing profitable setups. This might be, I'm not entirely sure. I think it just depends, right? I know we all have days where we feel like it's really obvious, and then we have days where we have literally no idea what's going on. So the one goal of your journal should be to bring awareness to what kind of market you might encounter and how you should set your expectations. That's the way I see it, at least. Hopefully that all made sense. I'm still a victim to overtrading, for sure. The difference is though, it's like I do it with one micro, you know? And so at that point, if I was trading, let's say a mini of size, and I take one micro trade, that means I'm at 1/10 of my actual size, which means I would need to lose 10 consecutive times in order, uh, which means that for one normal size winning trade, I would need to lose 10 consecutive trades. So see what I mean? It's not about fully removing. How long did you keep on overtraining until you got fed up and made the change? Oh my God, bro. Like 2 years. Yeah, like 2 years. I was overtrading on options. I was overtrading on penny stocks. I was overtrading on when I first started on futures. Like, oh, it took me a while, maybe 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. It took me a while until I got fed up. Yeah. What's up, Isabella? How are you? So yeah, yeah. It took me a while, boys. That's why it's like I can't. I love when people speak from experience because it helps me really understand. Oh, hold on. Man, really? We're not getting the A95s. Let's see if it. So do you only size up on A plus setups? Um, so as I was saying earlier, I do a 5-star system. On the fours and the fives, I use regular size, and then the threes is typically a third or half size, and then the twos is 1/4. Doing all right, green on the day yesterday. Yesterday's 3 p.m. ESC got a candle, and the other hand did some damage. That's good. Did you trade this morning? Oh yeah. Green on the day today. Would you catch? So yeah. And by the way, guys, you guys can ask us these questions. You guys can ask any of the hosts these questions, man. Like that's actually literally what we're here for. Like I'm here to live trade and to explain like what my model is, but if you guys also have questions that are of deeper meaning, like don't be scared to ask. Like I think it's a very tough industry and um I'm not saying this from like, oh, you guys like, oh, you're looking up to me, like, wow, you can ask me this question. No, but it's like I love sharing and I love talking to you guys and sharing experiences. Deep question, do you love me? Oh my God. Of course I love you. Yes. Say it. I just said it. Oh my God. Ciao, Juno. You're funny, man. Why did you love me? That last reel I posted is doing really well. It's got like 3K views. Guys, I'm Instagram famous. Woohoo! Instagram famous. Uh, Okay. Waiting to see if it rejects from here. No comment. Yo, what a bang. Was anyone here for Juno's session? Hey, when you're in the thousands, which will be, don't forget, up the first like 150. First of all, I don't think you even follow me. Y'all fake if you don't. Leave it to his page will blow up someday. Great content from you both. Oh, you do? Damn, thank you. As long as you love me. I'm trying. Need to make more videos. I'll make some today, actually. No retrace here. No mercy at all. Boys. Was that a 2 to 2.5? Three to four. Where do you mark your premium and discount? Is it from the hourly? Yeah, hourly 15 or 5. But in this particular case, uh, hourly and 15 are actually coordinated because you can see that on the hourly chart. Price took out that high. It also took out the low. So my new range is from that high to that low. It coordinates with the one on the 15, same thing. The one on the 5, same thing. So yeah, I start on the hourly, drop down 15, 5, 1. So yeah, that's why I was looking for that discounted price point. But what? Oh, of course. So silly. I got so deep in thought talking with everybody that completely forgot to mark my premium and my discount on ES. But here you go. There's your answer why we got that response out of there, which is one of my favorite things to look out for. So head over to the 5 on ES, head over to the 5 on NQ, and I always say ES leads. But you can clearly see ES got into a discount. What did it do? And I'll show you guys in a second after I zoom in. NQ failed to do so, but it's because ES managed to get there first. But if you zoom in on the one, what did we talk about earlier? What do I look for? The first low at a discounted price point is this one right here. You can see that ES perfectly tapped into there. You then look to mark out the candle that's swept or tapped into that particular candle. And as you can see, it's this individual down close right here. You mark that high, mark that low. As soon as you get a closure above that, that confirms your order block. And so now I would ideally be looking for a retrace back down into that candle's opening price. So the trade would look a little something like this, which like on ES looks kind of nice. But again, then that's when my logic comes in. It's how do I size, right? All of the, do I have the low at a discount? I do. Do we have a 5 or a 15-minute swing? I do not. Hourly, nope. On NQ, we do have that hourly internal low. Very nice, but has price moved too far up to take the trade now? Or would you still take it on a retrace back down? Now, typically, that's a great question, and this is the rule of thumb that I use is if it's taken the high that led into the low, I don't look for that. Why? Because A, this is the point where I would go to break even. So if it's making a strong move against this area where I would look to go break even, I don't think I would be a particular fan of looking for a re-entry. However, if we do get back down here, right? Let's say price gives us a nice retrace. Something's wrong with my mouse. It's got to be. However, if we do get a nice retrace back down here, right? How do I confirm it? I apply the same logic that I did here. So why is this the candle that I selected to be highlighted? Like this one here. Well, it's because if I ask you, can I make this a little darker actually? If I ask you, hey, mark out the singular candle that was responsible for sweeping or leading us into this low that I have marked out in the blue. It's that one there. So I'll do the same exact logic, but on a lower time frame. If price comes back down here on ES, and I see that we've punctured the 7,387 level, whatever you want to call it, the opening price of this candle of my new order block, and on a 15-second we get a shift to the upside, then that's my confirmation. So it's not that I wouldn't take it, but I would need to see a double confirmation here after we retest the level. So hopefully that made sense. So let's say if we come back down here I would look to potentially trade this, but I would need to see another OB be formed within this price point. Make sense? Yeah, sweet. And I was also trading oil at one point. Like, what am I doing trading oil, boys? What am I doing? I'll look to take this if it comes. You can trade almost anything these days, LOL. Yeah. No, I just like it's crazy. Like I shouldn't be trading metals or oil. I'm not like an expert in that, you know? I'm an expert on ES and NQ. So, but it was moving. I mean, it was moving nice. It was moving nicely for sure. That's for sure. By the way, guys, let me make sure the where is it? Okay, so here, for example, then I ask myself, okay, the candle that pierced or touched would be this current one. So I would need to see either a closure back above this candle's high or this candle's opening price to confirm the OB. So I need to see a closure above that 7,390 price point in order for me to consider anything higher from this point. And if I don't get that confirmation, then I simply just don't enter, you know? But yeah, TPT is actually still currently 50% off, I believe. If they're not 50% off, they're 40% off. So those are the accounts that I'm using. They do allow daily payouts. 50% off using code lab. Lucid is also 50% off two users or two uses per trader, and then Lucid is or not Lucid, Tradeify is 40% off. So if you guys have any questions about accounts, you can head over to Profit.Compare, create an account, um, and yeah, get you started from there, or join the Discord. Hope this thing drops to at least 959. I'm on a fat short. I'm gonna move to futures one day for sure. Do it. I always suggest it. I always suggest it. Why does my tongue look so red? Oh, did you get what you wanted? 959? Yeah, I did. Nice. Okay. Low at a discount. I still like it. Do we have a divergence? This could be my cope. Come on. Bring us back up. Bring us back up. I don't mind these low risk, super tight stop positions. I kind of like them. but I don't think we'll get anything here. Any other questions from anybody? So no confirmation there, no trade. Still looking for those discounts, right? So hopefully 896 is. I think it's just buyers and sellers. Well, like you have order matching algorithms which pair the orders, which obviously we need, and then there's obviously the high frequency algorithms from firms, but it's really just buyers and sellers. Getting a nice stretch. Oh, getting a nice stretch. But yeah, not a lot going on here, guys. I'm still waiting for this discount tap. If we can get it, if possible. If not, nothing for me. Still waiting for this discount tap. These are the two areas that I'm interested in. Yeah, something's got to be up with that mouse. It's got to be low on battery. These are the two areas of reaccumulation that I'm interested in. But the thing is, ES is back at a discount, which makes me a little bit worried. It does make me a little bit worried. Okay. Closure above 7384, and I'm in this actually on NQ. What can we? Seven. Okay. I'm gonna look to join the bid here. I am in at 71.5. 71.5 with a stop at the 924s. I'm in for a quarter of my actual size. And then this will be my last trade for today. I'm gonna look to target the external high, so hopefully we can get up there. But I do like the setup here. I like that fact that we have well, not a divergence. ES is at a discount, took the previous hourly low, getting a 1 minute closure on the OB. We're starting to move above these imbalances. So I did join the market order there at 28,971.25. Actually, my, yeah, 71.25. And then this will be my last trade for today. It is on an eval. I'm not risking any more money on my fundeds, and I'm going in for a quarter of the actual size. So again, very, very risk off here. It's later on in the day. I understand that I could be trading against the trend here, so it's important for me to acknowledge my risk. So we'll see. Hopefully we get a nice little move on, and then if we don't, I will just call it, get stopped out, and that'll be me it for today. It'd be 2 wins, 2 losses, but the 2 wins are normal sized, and the 2 losses would be hope it works out. Yeah, same. Look to go break even near the 53s. 320, 329. Right about a minute here. Oh, baby, I like your style. Can we get a nice push here? Wrong direction. Thank you. Oh, ES is just really struggling, man. It is struggling. It cannot get any upside here, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest, because it'll just drag NQ down with it. And we have equal lows on both. So I'm really looking for really going against the grain here. But I still do like the upside. So two conflicting ideas. We'll see which one plays out. Two conflicting ideas. Sweep at the previous hourly low. Got the 1 minute closure. Discount price point on ES. And on top of that, the 10 a.m. candle managed to close above the 6 a.m. low. So we'll see if we get a nice little move on here. She's kind of rejecting there. Not a huge fan of this price movement. We had a really nice thing going on for the PM session as well. Last week. Can we get a push here? 974s. It's currently 331. I really want to see this. Give us a nice little push if possible. 15 looks primed and ready. I will actually move to break even a little bit earlier than I want at the 20s there. Beautiful push here. This will be my break even area between the 20s and the 32s. I think that would be a nice area to move to break even. And then my 1R stop is at 931. My 1R just so I can have it outlined. My 1R is there at 40 points. So hopefully if we can get a continuation here on this move. Just want to see this spool above. I need to see ES on the same exact boat though. Don't want to see it reject from that 5 minute high that it was just taken. You guys should hire a sports commentator for when you enter a trade. It'd be pretty funny. That actually would be funny. So can we get to the 20s? I've got my 1R marked out here as well, just in case I want to secure that in the future. Just checking my. Oh, my foot is killing me. No, 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 no. Wrong direction. Unfortunate, boys. So you can see that we're still kind of rejecting from these highs. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly. Not a big fan. Is ES rejecting there as well? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this, boys. I will hold it just because it is an eval, so I'm not really too stressed about it. But if this were a funded, I think I might have looked to close it there, to be honest. I don't like this reaction. We'll see. We'll let it do its thing, kind of let it breathe a little bit. But she is rejecting strongly from some highs. Would have loved to see a continuation on this push. but nothing. Just struggling. I wanted to see go up there. Yeah, same, but it's okay. Old. Yeah, it's fine. Not losing any crazy amount of money. But yeah, I don't like that rejection. This does not look that good, boys. Last line of defense is around here. I really want to see an expansion above here. If we don't get an expansion after taking this low, I think I'll just likely close out near the 956s and take a 14-point loss. So I'll move my stop there. Trading always playing hard to get. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I I gonna just move my stop here to 957. If I get stopped there, I get stopped there for 14 points. I don't want to see this go below the 962s. Like it needs to react out of here. If it doesn't get a reaction out of here, then I don't want it anymore. Come on, give it to us. Give us a closure above the 970s flat. Get above my position, and then we can get a nice little boost into the 29,000s flat. That's also the thing here. Like we are fighting against the 29,000 flat level. And as you can see, price went back up, tagged the 29,000s, or yeah, tagged the 29,000s and then completely died off. So, and I believe that is me. Yeah. So got stopped there on the second one for 14 points. Super small size, so not too pressed about it. But I did not like the fact that we're failing to really move above this 962 level. So that'll be it for me, boys. CIC and OB is the same thing, I believe. They're really similar. They're really similar. I don't really know how people define CIST. I don't have a definition for it. I just use order blocks, so it's hard for me to tell. But yeah. Um, all right, boys. I think that's it for me there. An unfortunate PM session. Hopefully, tomorrow in the morning we'll be able to catch some nice stuff. But we'll be on tomorrow in the AM session with who am I with? 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 With Leo, I believe. So I'll be on tomorrow with Leo in the AM session. So yeah, guys, let me know if any questions about the model or anything or any firm related. Go ahead, prop firm or compare Discord. Uh, subscribe. Be sure to like. Be sure to share. I'll be on tomorrow at 8 in the morning Eastern, same time as usual. Leo will be joining me at 9 a.m. And then hopefully we'll catch something tomorrow. But yeah, I will see you all and thank you all very much. Appreciate you all. Good night.